Hello students, welcome to our class. So today we take a lecture for the standard 7. Our subject is general science. So in the last lecture we see the third topic in our textbook, that is the properties of natural resources. In that topic we complete the first natural resource, that is the air. In this we study about some properties of that air. Also we see the another resource, that is the water, and we also complete these properties of water. Okay, and here we see the remaining part for this water, that is a second natural resource. Here we see the uses of water according to its property. So listen carefully and try to understand. So here we see in the last lecture we see about the water is the universal solvent. Okay, so here why we call the water is a universal solvent, because all the components in the universe are easily or on further some conditions get dissolved in the water. So due to that we say that due to this we say water is the universal solvent. So here we see some uses of that water according to its properties. Here we see the first, that is water is useful for water transport due to its fluidity. Means water is also useful for the water transport. Means uh, water falling down from height is used to generate electricity with the help of generator. Means here we know water can flow easily from higher level to the lower level, or higher potential to the lower potential. So here by using this property we can generate the electricity from the water which is falling down from a height. So it is the most important property, that is we can made or we can generate the electricity with the help of generator from this falling water, that is from height to the lower level. Okay, so due to this property electricity can be generated. Then we see the second property, water is a good coolant and is used in a motor vehicles to control the temperature of the engines. Water is a good coolant means it easily cool the other substance, means it helps to reduce the temperature of the substances. So in the motor vehicles, means the vehicles which contains engines, when vehicles are running on the way, then due to this running, this machines or engines of that motor vehicles get increase their temperature. Okay, engine of that motor vehicles get increased, temperature will get increased. So here for cooling that engine water is used, because it have ability to cool the substance quickly. So it is the second property, that is water is a good coolant. So due to this it is used in a motor vehicles to control the temperature of engine. Temperature of engine means if it is a very high temperature for that engine while traveling the motor vehicles, then when we use the water, then the temperature of that engine will get decreased. So we see the third one, many substances are soluble in water. It is the very important property of the water, that is water is a universal solvent, that is many substances in the universe are easily soluble in the water. So by using this property, that is water is a universal solvent, it is used as a solvent in factories, laboratories, foodstuffs, and in various types of biological processes which is occurring in the body. Which are the biological processes? That is digestion and excretion. We know when we eat the food, after that we drink water. So due to this what happen? This water helps to digest the food that we intake in our body. So for this biological process, the water is very important, because we know all the food that we eat, it can easily dissolve in that, and it can easily transport from one part to the another part of body. So here for this process water is important. So another property, that is the excretion. So with the help of this water we can excrete the unwanted substance from our body. And also we know in the factories, laboratories, foodstuffs, for preparing such foodstuffs or various types of objects, materials in the industry, the water is used as a solvent. Then we see the last property or uses of the water. It is useful for cleaning purposes such as bathing, washing clothes. So in our day to day life, we also use the water for various purposes, like all the cleaning purposes, like clean our body as a bathing, also for washing the clothes, floors, utensils. So these are the some uses of water which is according to its property. Okay, so here we complete our second natural resource, that is the water. So I hope you are understand that second resource, that is the water. For that we study about their some properties, and also we see some activities for study that properties. So I again repeat one by one. What are the properties of that water? That is, water is a universal solvent. Then also we know that it helps to cool the substances. Also from the water of the fluidity nature, we can use the water to generate the electricity. Also for the cleaning purposes we can use the water. Another concept also we see the how the density. Here we also see the new concept, that is the density of water. Okay, for the density, which formula is used for calculating density? It is the mass upon volume. So this concept will study to this natural resource. Also we see the another property, that is the anomalous behavior of water. It is the most important uh, property of that water. Okay, so here we complete our this second natural resource. So here next we continue our last natural resources which are given in your textbook, that is the soil. Okay, so see here on the same page number, that is 21. First they give us some questions. For that we see that questions. Okay, which are they? First one, what is meant by soil? How is soil is formed? So you also studied about the soil in the last standard, 6th standard. Okay, you also studied about the layer of the soils, how the soil is formed. So which what are the ingredients of the soil? So these all the concepts you studied in the last standard, 6th standard. So you try to give the answers, what is meant by soil, what do you think about that, and give the answers. I also explain here in short. Soil makes the land. So what is meant by soil? The soil makes the lands, means from the all the soil when collected together it form a land. So the process of soil formation takes place at very slow period. So here a slow process, it is the very slow process. Soil is not formed in a very quickly. So for formation of soil it take a longer time. So it is a natural process. So in which heat, cold and rainwater causes the weathering of bedrock. Means this concept we studied in the last year. What happened during the soil formation? Here, due to the change in climate, that is due to lot of heat, also the cold condition, so due to heavy rainfall or rainwater, what happened? These processes carry out the weathering of the bedrock. Weathering means here breaking of that bedrock takes place, and due to this weathering, these bedrock get converted into stone, sand, smaller particles of the soils. Okay, so here from the original rocks, this bedrock get converted into this form, that is some bedrock converted into stones, also some sand and smaller particles of their soil. So here what happened? These changes occur due to the natural process, that is heat, cold and rainwater. So these are the process of formation of soil particles. So microbes, worms, also there is a another insects which are live inside that earth surface, that is microbes, worms, insects and rodents. These also act such weathering of the bedrock. Weathering means breaking of that bedrock. So these agents also helps to break down of that bedrock. So in this way what happened? And soil is formed, but this process is not very slow or for a particular time of period. So it is continuously happen and it is very slow process. So formation of soil is a very slow process. So what are the ingredients of the soil? So see here, soil contains two types of factor, that is abiotic and biotic factors. So first we see the abiotic constituents, that is smaller particles of that sand, rocks, then stones, small particle of soil also, and these are the abiotic constituents. And another, that is the biotic, that is living things, worms, insect, rodents, and microbes. These are the biotic constituents. These are also present in that soil. So here we see the answers of these two questions. Okay, I hope you are understand these answers. You also can read how the soil is formed in the 6th standard book.